aren't you?
At that point, she wants to flip
You're
over
just
on
a
her
square
belly.
girl. That's all you is. You're just a square girl. You don't stand up for me. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. I know.
She wasn't talking
You had a
to
rough day.
moms.
Who was the child?
Olivia, his granddaughter, Emily Payne's daughter.
Right. Okay.
And that was from May of 2018. And then, Judge, this is just a photo, states exhibit 2 that we'd like to put into evidence as well.
All right.
And at this time, I'm going to read into the record a statement written by Emily Payne on behalf of the family. Your Honor, since our father was taken from us, our lives have been filled with an unbearable void. Every day feels like a constant reminder of what we have lost. Gary was a father, grandfather, brother, uncle, friend, and colleague to many. We miss his laughter, his warmth, and his presence in our lives. It's a pain that will never go away. Gary was not just our beloved father, but our confidant and our rock. Now we are left to navigate life without his guidance and support. Every milestone, every happy moment is tainted by the thought that he will not be here to share it with us. There will be no more birthday parties, backyard gatherings, holiday celebrations, or other family activities to share together. Those opportunities to say I love you are forever gone. Our family is forever broken from this tragedy. This loss is only made worse by the betrayal of trust we feel for our mother. To know that the person who caused the suffering to our family was someone we relied on the most is a wound that may never heal. Our children are now growing up without their big daddy and grandma. The impact on their young lives is devastating. They ask questions we cannot answer, and we often find ourselves lost for words when they ask why they don't have a grandmother or grandfather. We ask this court to consider the gravity of this crime, the devastating impact it has had on our family, and to ensure that justice is served. No sentence can ever bring our father back, but a just punishment can offer a semblance of closure and prevent another family from experiencing this unimaginable pain. Your Honor, that's all of the statements and evidence the state has. I just have closing.
All right. What do we need? We need to do something with the other indictment.
Yes, Judge. I will be submitting an all to that.
All right.
I've informed the defense of that.
Okay. We can do that after sentencing. That's fine.
Yes, Judge.
All right. Mr. Weaver, Mr. Ray?
Judge, we have two witnesses, or actually, we have one that he's prepared a statement. We were just going to call him and let him read the statement.
All right, that's fine.
We'll call Mr. Dave Thomas.
Where do you want him, Judge?
He can just come up to the lectern's fine. All right, go ahead. Yeah, swear, man.
Raise your right hand. You swear to affirm any testimony that you give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay, put your hand down. And Judge, just for record purposes, can you state your name?
David Thomas.
Okay, and have you prepared a statement to read to the court for purposes of sentencing?
I have.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Your Honor, may I address the court and say a few things to you and the family?
All right.
First, I'd like to address the Farris family.
I want each and every one of you to know how sorry I am for the loss of your dad, your brother, and Melody, for your husband, Gary. I understand what it's like to lose both parents. I buried both of mine in the pouring down rain in 29-degree weather on a Christmas Eve not too long ago. So I understand all the questions about death and why. Yours is even more complicated as to who and why. You are all in my prayers and in my thoughts as these years have gone by. No amount of money can ever replace a parent, a spouse, or a brother, and no amount of money is ever worth anybody's life. Second, Melody, I am your friend. And I will stand up for you today because in the 8 months, 6 years ago that I came to know you, I witnessed what a true friend could be to another friend of ours who was fighting for his life, as he still is today. I saw what your heart was made of in spite of your own circumstances and problems, and that you wanted to help, not to hurt, but to help. I saw the kindness you showed myself along with other people around you. I know your story always remained the same and it never changed. And in my heart of hearts, I believe in your innocence. For I would not be here today along with our friend in spirit, Alan, who is fighting this horrible disease called cancer as we speak. Third, Your Honor, this is my friend Melody. Melody Walker Farris, whom I come before you today on her behalf as a friend to ask you for mercy. I ask you for grace. I ask you for leniency upon your decision of her sentencing. Gary's death was a horrible tragedy, and there is no excuse for murder on any level. But to convict someone and sentence them for life is even more of a tragedy in itself, especially if it is the wrong person, and especially if all of the evidence was not able to be presented to the jury as a complete investigation should have been brought forth. There were a lot of holes in this case and a lot of unanswered questions. I don't know who's responsible for Gary's death. I know the jury did the best they could with the information that they had to work with, Your Honor. But there were doubts, and there still are for many of us in this case today. I don't know who will have to live with that burden for the rest of their lives, but in coming to know Melody, I cannot believe she is the one responsible for her husband's death.